All right, so let's say you have just a trial of your low CO2 and a trial of your higher CO2. So you just had time for 2 trials. First thing I'm going to do is I'm going to open the CSV file that was exported to my desktop or your group's collaboration space, and then I'm going to open the higher CO2 as well. So I've got both open right now. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to take the data from the higher CO2, so I just clicked on this column here, and I'm going to do Control C to get this copied over to column C. So I'm going to do Control V. And there's a little trick to making a column wider. You just go between the 2 columns, click, drag, and hold. Click, drag, hold. Click, drag, hold, just so I have a little more space. And I'm going to change my titles here. We do have time in seconds, and then we have low CO2, or we should say temperature at low CO2, and temperature, oops, I spelled temperature wrong here, temperature at higher CO2. Okay, then what I'm going to do is I'm going to click in this time box, and it is selected even though it stays white, kind of a weird thing, and I'm going to go all the way down to 50 seconds, and I'm going to insert a scatter plot, so this bottom middle one, and then I'm going to choose the top left one. Looks good. Then I'm going to go to Quick Layout in the upper left and choose the top left one. That gives me some places to add some axes titles. And I'm going to click on the numbers in the axis, the y-axis, and right click. I'm going to go to Format Axis. And I'm going to change the minimum to 20 degrees. And I'm going to hit Enter. That kind of spreads out my graph a little bit. And I'm going to make my graph a little bit bigger. Okay, so first I need to change my titles here. This is temperature, and then I'm going to be fancy and insert a symbol way off to the right here, my little degrees symbol. Degrees Celsius, and then going across the bottom I'm going to change this to time in seconds, and for my title, come on, the effect of low versus high CO2 on the temperature inside a closed system. Oops. Inside a closed system over time. It's long, but it really explains what's going on. And now I'm going to click on my low CO2 line, right click, and go to Add Trendline. I got to scroll down to the bottom on this new menu that pops up and display the equation on the chart. What I'm going to be needing from this is the slope. So 0.05. I want to compare that to the slope of the high CO2, and I can already see it's steeper. Add Trendline, display the equation on the chart. Wow, this one is almost 0.1. So the rise in temperature, the rate that it was rising was almost double for the higher CO2. So that is how you make your graph.